This might look very close, but I can tell you this is a social distancing lens. MP is at least 7 meters away. And you might ask, why do you hear me so well? I mean...
What the hell?
I'm sorry. Seriously, I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize for doing that.
Anyways, we gotta talk about something that everyone is talking about, and it's not Corona. No, it's obviously Clubhouse. And the question was that we got, why and when and how are we starting with Clubhouse as podcasters, as producers, as YouTubers, however. But as you know me, if you don't know me, subscribe to the channel. My name is Christoph. And if you know me, you know that I usually like to dive into stuff when certain people come up to me and say, you gotta look at this. And this time it was MP who said, listen to me, we gotta be on Clubhouse. And I said, okay, why? So here are our thoughts on Clubhouse and maybe also an outlook on how to make money on Clubhouse or with Clubhouse. So here are some thoughts. Clubhouse has been launched in May 2020 as a audio-only social media app. So if you don't know it, you can think of it as a live phone call, listening to your friends with a video, like with a phone conference, not a video conference, with a phone conference, where you do kind of a live podcast. So you have people talking and you can have certain people as moderators and others as audience and listeners. And you as the inviter can invite certain people on stage to talk and have a chat. This is a very fresh approach to social media because we're all kind of tired on video conferences and producing stuff. I mean, if you want to produce a video, it takes a certain effort. And if we would do a Clubhouse event now, I could sit here in my running pants or shorts and then actually do the audio. You wouldn't see it, so it's kind of more relaxing. And at the same time, the voice, and that's important, is something that is very close to us. So people like to follow your voice if they know you. That's why I'm always promoting the phone these days, to keep an intimate connection. So this is where this app is targeting on, and I really love this idea because this adds not only into this trend of, okay, we are all prisoners at home at the moment and what can we do to connect, but also at the podcast trend, which is like launching off as hell, especially here in Germany. It's growing like hell, and this is where it's exactly targeting with a nice edge. It's not possible to record or transcript the stuff, so you have to be there. It's kind of Twitch for podcasters. MP, this is what you want me to say? Twitch for podcasters? Maybe a bit short, but this is what you can think of it at least. So the background of this app is Andreessen Horowitz is the VC who founded the company with 12 million, I think, last May, and valued the company already from the start with 100 million in valuation. And it started off with a lot of popular faces and voices from the rest of the social media world, and it gives the people the feeling that they're closer to the people who they want to follow. So this is how it launched. Right now it's invite only, which is a very typical mechanism. In the beginning with Facebook, at the beginning, same thing. And the question now is it here to stay or is it just a hype and then gone? I think it opens up a totally new way of social media when it comes to the voice. And I think the voice is one of the most important assets that we have these days to stay connected via distance. As I said, my main tool for communication at the moment is my phone. I phone my people all day long because people focus on the voice. And this is now the interesting thing with Clubhouse. The numbers of users rank around 600,000 or something, but that's a very early number. We don't have exact figures and the company doesn't have a website yet, so it's very, very early. But people follow a podcast, we know that from our own podcast, all the way through. Like a phone call. When people are in a phone call, one-on-one, they follow through. They have to focus on what they listen to. Sometimes they can put it on the side and do something else, but when they hear something that they're alert of, they then switch their attention to the podcast. With videos, it's much more difficult to keep the attention all the time. That's why we're all scrolling through Facebook and we have like 3 seconds to watch a video, and YouTube a bit longer, but not very much longer. With audio, it's much different. You give the topic or the person who hosts the topic the chance to pull you in. And this is where it becomes interesting, and also where we have to think about how to make money with that. I think this question is far too early to ask. It's not about how to make money on it. The question is like, what will it help you to build the brand? Like, how will it help you to build your brand? And this is where the money comes from. So when we invest in YouTube, we never thought of making money from YouTube directly. This is crazy, crazy business. It's definitely valid for some people. But for most of the people out there, it's all about playing on the, how do you call it, with pool? You know what I mean, MP? Yeah. If you play to the sidebar and the ball kicks back, you don't shoot directly. Yeah, über Bande spielen. Bande spielen. However, you don't shoot on the target directly, but what you try to do is, like with pool, you don't play directly into the hole, you always try to use the sidebars to kick the ball back, to kick another ball. And this is what's happening with the stuff that you do on social media. If you have something to share and if you have value, that's the first thing. And if you are able to keep going, that's the second thing, and actually the most important thing. If you're able to keep going, you will build the audience and it will kick back to you. Definitely, for sure, in some other way. And this is far more important than to say like, where are my stats? How much money do I make directly? This is far too easy, because these days the most valuable thing you have is the attention from people. And if the attention switches to another format, to another channel that is now focused on audio, then this is a very good side business that you can do to any other social media channel, because it's not competing with them, because the voice is a different medium. It's only competing with your podcast or the phone calls you make. And that's why I think it's very, very interesting to follow this hype, and you should definitely check it out. We will start this week with our format from the On the Way to New Work podcast and discuss the last episode with our friends who follow the podcast. We call it House of New Work. This is a format we usually did in person, which will now be completely digitized, audio only, and only in a live format, not recorded on Clubhouse. So let's see where this is going. What?
Playing on the bandwagon.
Playing on the bandwagon.
People sagt playing oder playing on gang, playing on band, or playing on gangland.
Playing on band is then, I mean, okay, how should I know that? Playing on band. Playing on band. Playing on band. And this is the trick. You're playing on band. I'm not sure. But I trust my team. I trust my team.
And the team trusts people, translator.
And the team trusts people. Okay, anyhow, guys, make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and follow us on Clubhouse. My account on Clubhouse is @cmagnussen, which stands for Christoph Magnussen. Very creative. And the events will be hosted, we do it in German, I guess. Only if it's an English podcast, but we do it in German for now. Yeah, but give it a try. I think this is very exciting news that we have something new, and from time to time there is something rising from the ashes that we haven't thought of, and this could be Clubhouse.